What's up, YouTube? Pain will never make sense. The circumstances that involve pain will never make sense because it didn't make sense to begin with, and that's why things resulted in pain. So when people do you wrong, you can't expect it to make sense. You're trying to make sense of something that makes no sense is just going to create more pain. So let me get into this. All right, pain itself. It really just comes down to giving up our essence, and then we feel empty. So then we seek distraction, because the distraction feels like the pain is removed for a second, but it really just distracts the pain and just turns the alarm off of pain for a second. So as soon as the distractions are removed, the pain ensues. So we're using each other like, we're raping each other, using each other like nightly television. We don't really want partners. We want someone to consume and use as entertainment, and then pretty much blame them for being toxic, or if they're really a true person, then we'll probably repel them because we'll end up having to face ourselves. If they're really a true person and we're not, then we have to face ourselves and realize, wow, I'm not being what I should be. I'm not really doing what I should be doing. And so usually you repel those people, and comfort killed the cat. That's what we got to realize, that people don't want the challenge of an egalitarian partnership, where they rather have crutches and leverage. They rather give people emotionally indebted so that they have to keep them in their lives. And this is how we create more and more static. Any static, positive or negative, creates a buildup of energy, and then it just keeps people bound together. So we got to realize that. Again, some people will feel good. A lot of people will feel good, because again, the sense is, you can lie to you in a sense. They really do. So, but few people will feel correct. So it really comes down to being functional. If it's not functional, you should let it go. Realize everything in your life that's not functional, let it go, because functionality is really true love. It's like somebody that won't if somebody in your family won't let you go out the house disheveled, and you're just being lazy, you get angry with them. No, you're just fighting this. You're just fighting to stay dysfunctional. So you got to realize that. You got to realize that the functionality is the true love, and that really, when we have abrupt endings with relationships, it has everything to do with our subconscious behaviors. We know deep down when we shouldn't be doing something, so our subconscious, the beast, it will do things to make the break happen, and then we act like we didn't know that was supposed to happen. We act like, that anything. It could be anything that you just did. You're like, why did I do that? Like, because you knew deep down that you were supposed to break this off, or this was never supposed to happen, and now a subconscious behavior ended this. And again, the subconscious is really your energies coming back at you, pieces of you that you're ignorant to. That's really all it is. And you call them guardian angels and stuff like that, or ancestors, but it's just always the pieces of you. So since we're so numb, we got to this point though where we feel like we'd rather keep the knife in our back though. Like, stab me in the back, I'm gonna leave the knife in there. So I leave the knife in there so I don't ever have to address the pain, never heal. And it got us in a state of where we think not feeling is heaven, as opposed to having a body that is feeling blissful. So, and you're not your body. And if you were really your body, you would ejaculate internally every single time. But you're tricking this body into thinking it's mating time, right? And then you stop it, right? That lets you know that you're will and not the body. So you got to realize that too. You just have to know that. So when you run from your past, you run into it. So you got to know, like, what you're doing, as far as your hate and things like that. If you're seeking women that are domesticated, that recreate the scenario that you had with your mom, maybe. Women do that all the time, recreating a scenario with their father, and it just creates this resentment cycle and an emotional indebtedness, And you got to look at it like, when you realize someone is bad for you, or they weren't good for you, whatever, you're an idiot for staying. If you think someone's an idiot for leaving, then you're an idiot for staying. So, again, the sun can't owe the moon, so no one owes you nothing. It's always you owing you. And when it comes to parasites in relationships and all that, parasites always eat up what isn't yours, what isn't true. So you got to realize that, like, any emotional energy that's being given off and it's not yours, it's the parasite eating that alive. The lies are the warm bed, but you don't need sleep. And it's just that real, man. It really is that real. And again, with the hate for Mom Dukes and things like that, textures and emotion were our first language. amniotic fluid tastes sweet when it's alkaline, when she's pleasant, when she's happy, peaceful. And if it's acid emotions, then your mom is going to be, the amniotic fluid is going to taste acidic. So you already had the emotions and connections with women and all that before you even came into this dense physical, out of the body, into this form like that, into the air, I guess, the high seas. So you got to realize that. You got to realize that the hate is so deep, and then we perpetuate it, and it permeates through lifetimes, and we continually manifest the same things, because again, emotional energy is the willpower. The body's a manifestation machine. The thought is the spark, the emotional energy is the fuel, and you just attract your circumstance, and what's expelled is the old destination, the old destiny. So ROYALT512@yahoo.com for the books on PDF, RBud Vegan on Amazon for the ebooks, gzuscryst19 on IG, Taylor Bud is the Facebook parasite. Check those out, ROYALT512@yahoo.com. Sorry I had to rush through these, it's just what's going on. So yeah, just think of that though. Like I was saying though, if someone stabs you in the back, a lot of us get used to leaving a knife in there because we feel like if we leave it in there that we can't get stabbed the same way, but then we never heal. So for some reason we equate pain with success. It's just crazy. So, and we become so numb that we continue to bake the same cake, and we have nothing to compare it to. If you only have nothing to compare it to, it will taste like nothing. Eat the same thing every day, then you realize, like, wow, I don't need this. It's just totally excess. It's not complimentary. So if you don't have anything to compare it to, then